welcome once again, everybody, to the third episode of 4th and 62. My name is John Freedman.
You forgot the name of the show, Steve.
I did. Imagine that.
How bad is that?
Well, I just stuttered a little bit. With me, as always, is the coach, Bob Pariseau. Hello, Coach.
Hi, John.
How are you?
I remember my name. I'm here.
You remember your name. That's good. And, of course, from Detroit, Michigan, is cousin Stephen. Hello, Stephen.
Guys, how is everybody?
Never better.
Am I still in Detroit?
You're still in Detroit, Stephen, yes.
Okay.
Okay. I heard it's nice there this time of year.
Absolutely beautiful.
Because Bob always dresses the part, and he looks like $1 million. He's wearing his John Hannah shirt today. So why not start talking about the Patriots? And top of everybody's mind of the Patriots is who's going to be their starting quarterback. This Sunday is their final exhibition game, but a week from Sunday they play in Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
So who's going to be their starting quarterback? Is it going to be Drake May? Is it going to be Jacoby Brissett? Will what's his name?
You might throw Milton in there.
Joe Milton III?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's cool. It won't be Bailey Zappe, though.
No.
We think he bought the farm.
He did. He did.
Okay. Well,
Let's hope the farmer's worth the 6th or 7th round draft choice.
I hope it's worth a bag of footballs because I think that's all they're going to get for the kid, which is too bad. He's a good kid, but, he doesn't have an arm like Joe Milton. So.
Yes. I'm afraid. I'm very, very afraid that Mayo is going to succumb to
The pressure.
the shiny new penny and the pressure. Brissett keeps throwing the ball away.
Yep.
He had a horrible, horrible interception last preseason game. I mean, had no business.
In the end zone, right?
In the end zone,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, our boy Drake, he's an athlete. He's young. He can throw. He's throwing on time. He's getting more and more comfortable. He looks better. He commands the huddle. All the pros like him. But he hasn't been in there when they start shooting real bullets.
Oh, and
And then he's got the offensive line that,
it's iffy.
they don't have Hannah
Oh.
up front.
Well, they asked him to come back, but he said, no, I'm too old.
Yeah.
So, Stephen, any thoughts on this?
Well, May look good, but I don't think, who was it, Carolina, the Panthers? I don't think they were playing any of their starters. So, he had it kind of easy, I thought, as far as who the opposition was. So that's not a really good judge either. So, my opinion is I think he needs a lot more time. I mean, the coaches know. They see him in practice all the time. So they know whether he can do it or not. But like you say, Bob, he hasn't been up against live bullets yet.
No.
And Stephen, I read today that he only played I didn't know, he only played 2 years of college football. And it was in North Carolina. It wasn't like for Alabama or for USC or for Washington. He played 2 years in North Carolina.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. That's very true because he had a stud he was sitting behind.
Yep.
And the ACC, Florida State was there.
Yeah, it's okay.
And they had some teams. Granted, they're not like playing the SEC or the Big Ten.
Right.
But the kid's got skills. He's an athlete.
Listen, I agree with you 100%. And Stephen, I think you agree too, that just let the kid sit for at least a couple of weeks. Let the kid sit and watch and learn.
Yeah.
And if Jacoby Brissett throws balls all over the place and gets intercepted in the end zone again, then they put him in.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that was horrible.
Yeah, it was.
That was horrible. And I think that's what led Gerard Mayo to put him in the first place.
Personally, I don't put that much stock in the preseason games anyway, the exhibition games. Seasoned veteran like Brissett, he's probably not concentrating all that much like a game, like it's a real game. But I think the biggest factor, whether you're going to put May in or not, is the offensive line.
Right.
If they can keep the quarterback from getting sacked every third pass, then maybe you'll take a chance on them. But if they're not any good, and they're not any good, we'll see how it goes.
But they showed flashes of brilliance. Now, granted, they're playing against the Sisters of the Poor. However,
Right.
When that kid Caden Wallace was in there, I watched him specifically, and he got great technique. He gets his hands on people. He's got great feet, and unless I'm missing my guess, whoever he was responsible for didn't get to the quarterback. Now, his run block, not so sure. He's not real big, but I think he's got some skills. I hope they play him.
Yep.
So this is sounding to me like Coach Bob isn't just a moniker. You're a real coach.
How many years did you coach Chelmsford High, Bob?
15 or 20. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was on the freshman level, and then I got up to the varsity. We had some good teams, great players. We even made it to the Super Bowl the year I left Chelmsford, and we won.
All right.
How do you like that?
And Stephen and Bob and I forgot to mention our studio audience of one, our live studio audience.
Can we hear some applause?
You clap.
There you go.
We will have some Chelmsford High football talk as we move into the fall and the winter. Because quite frankly, I don't know. I just found out that it was the Lions, and I didn't even know that.
Oh, if you're going to be a Chelmsford resident now, you have to.
Well, I know. So,
and you know who the hated rival is?
It's Bill Ricka.
Thank you.
Yeah. See, you didn't think I knew that.
I know. I was gonna.
Yeah. Do you know where Stephen and I went to high school?
Medford.
Needham.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who's? You should be.
Native.
No.
No, I don't know.
You don't know?
No, sorry.
Tell him, Stephen.
What's the question?
Who's Needham's famous rival?
Well, it's Wellesley. Yeah. Everybody knows that.
Bob,
the really interesting thing to me, Bob, is the mascot for Needham High. It is most definitely not a lion. It is a rocket.
It's a rocket.
A rocket.
The Needham Rockets.
Yeah, a rocket.
Now, where did the rockets come from? Was
that before? It was before I was in high school.
Was that like somebody threw bottle rockets down the hall or something?
That could
I
be.
think isn't that what they call a push-up in Boston, right? A rocket?
Yeah.
Ice cream?
Maybe that's what it was.
Our studio audience said yes, that was it.
Okay.
She just heard ice cream and she perked up over there. By the way, the last thing we'll say about Needham Wellesley, the oldest high school Thanksgiving Day football rivalry in the country is Needham and Wellesley.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. The longest running, and my father has been gone for 29 years, but the longest running was Boston Latin, Boston English. My father played for Boston Latin.
Really?
Back in the 30s. Yeah.
Wow. With leather helmets.
Leather helmets and no face guards.
Face guard. Yeah.
So, but the last thing on my Patriots thing, as I look at your big number 73 here, is Gerard Mayo. So the only thing that scares me, gentlemen, is that Gerard Mayo's asked by the press about Drake May. He's asked different questions, and he keeps deferring to Alex Van Pelt. He keeps deferring to, what's his name? Oh, I'm frothing at the mouth.
He gets really overwhelmed.
I get very excited.
He gets excited about this.
Hold on. So, anyway, that scares me a little bit. He's the head coach. He's the one who should say, Drake May starts, Drake May doesn't start. Shouldn't be up to Alex Van Pelt. Shouldn't be up to the defense. It should be up to Gerard Mayo.
I mean, here's an NFL head coach who's doing on-the-job training. That's frightening.
Yes, well, you're right.
Well, I mean, yeah. There's a lot of moving parts, brand new moving parts that haven't been greased or oiled yet, and they're just feeling their way along. And he's trying to, well, Van Pelt is doing this, and so is doing that. I get input from them because I'm not in all the drills all the time. I do watch the film later on after practice, but I get how well is Drake taking your coaching? How well does he put his foot in the right place after you corrected him? Stuff like that. So he gets used to the pro game. Is he getting the ball out on time? Is he waiting until the guy is open, and by the time he throws the ball, now he's covered and you get a pick?
Right.
So, I mean, those are the finer points that he needs input from his coach. Now, is the coach any good?
We don't know.
We don't know.
And plus, he's replacing a legend.
Yeah, and that's what
Right.
Because
And if
Steve
the
is saying.
Patriots get off to a slow start, then, I'm sure they're going to get off to a slow start. The fans are going to start booing. They're going to want to be blaming somebody.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Mayo's going to be taking a lot of heat.
Yeah,
Right or wrong.
Yeah, no question. No question. There's no patience in Titletown.
Titletown.
Right.
Yeah,
Didn't they
Well, I
used to be
think we're going to
Green
have
Bay?
to be patient here.
Okay. So my last comment on the Patriots and on Drake May is this. What I saw the other night, watching him play in that exhibition game, granted, it was exhibition, it was against the Eagles. It wasn't even the Eagles' first team, it was their second team or third team, was he moved around the pocket well. He made it so he could throw. But what's going to happen when it's the first team, the Bengals' first team, or I don't even know the rest of the Patriots' schedule.
and they're playing in anger.
Yeah,
Amen.
and they're they all got bees in their bonnet, and they're
Right. It may gets clocked on 3rd and 12 or 4th and 62. And, it's a whole nother ball game then.
Absolutely. Now, I think one of the better reports we got was when they were going ones against one when they practiced together.
right.
Oh, he kind of held his own. Yeah, a two-hand touch for a sack, and he got touched a couple times, no question. I don't know if that's necessarily his fault, or we got the kids that can't shoot straight playing the line. But he had some good results there.
Yep.
So
Yeah, he did.
we'll see.
He throws a nice deep ball. That's for sure.
Yeah, and you know what? The comparisons for him versus Mac Jones, it's really incredible when he throws a ball like he does. How, like Mac Jones's balls would go 20 or 30 yards, and then they like ran out of gas.
Yeah.
Where this kid throws a ball and it's a zip the entire way, and
Right.
that's refreshing to see. And then you get Joe Milton in there, who throws like Nolan Ryan fastballs all over the place. It's going to be fun to see. I just hope Mayo doesn't succumb to the boos and we want May, because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen in Foxborough.
Oh,
You may even be there, Stephen, and you may be yelling, "We want May," and we can't put him in.
Bring a tape recorder with you, and so we can play it next time on the next show. If you're yelling,
So
even if you're not yelling.
okay,
I won't be yelling to bring May in. Absolutely not.
okay, good.
No.
Thank you.
I'm gonna trust them to play him when
Do
he's
the right-
ready, and not before.
To
Hopefully.
do the right thing, good.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to move on from the Patriots. It's been about 15 minutes here, and we're going to move on to
Over here, look at me.
the Boston Red Sox. Okay, and the next
Bob, you have to change your shirt.
Oh,
No. Wait a minute. Oh my
Is
God.
this really happening?
There you go.
All right. I thought I was kidding.
Holy crap.
Oh, you were afraid, huh? You, yeah,
Just a little.
You didn't know what was going to happen?
So,
I'm still afraid.
the next sound you hear will be the sound of the Boston Red Sox going in to the All-Star break. Wow.
Oh,
That was unbelievable,
high
wasn't it?
performance
Wow.
there.
Wow.
High
That
That
performance.
was cool.
That was
Yep.
unbelievable.
Yep.
Okay. So the next sound you hear will be the sound of the Red Sox coming out of the All-Star break.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Where have we heard that
Do
before?
you think anyone was hurt there?
I don't know.
Like, so what do we do now? They split against the Orioles. They won 2 of 3 in Houston, which I'm shocked about.
Sometimes they get the blind squirrel syndrome.
The blind squirrel find the nut.
Yeah.
Okay. So
What are you worried about? They got Rich Hill coming. It's all going to be good.
Perfect segue. Perfect segue, Steve.
so we were in here earlier before we started, and Bob brings out a thing. Rich Hill threw 90 pitches in a bullpen. The next day he threw 50 pitches. The next day he threw 80 pitches. The next day he threw 50 pitches again. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy's 44 years old. His arm is hanging on the ground.
Yeah.
But
Satchel Paige revisited.
Yeah.
Satchel Paige all over again. Hey, I think it's a great... Go ahead.
They couldn't find Bill Lee?
Oh, he's available. He's down with the Savannah Bananas.
Let's
Absolutely.
get him.
He'll play.
He's in Alaska somewhere. I saw him play like the sun never went down, and I don't know. But I think the Rich Hill story is really cool, and it's definitely a today baseball story, something that couldn't have happened 30 years ago. He wanted to coach his son's little league team. He went all the way until they finally lost. Their season was over. He calls the Red Sox for the 8th time, and they say, "Yeah, sure, we'll sign you again. We need somebody." James Paxton just went out with a bad calf or whatever. So they signed Rich Hill. I have on my notes here AARP, a.k.a. Rich Hill. You know what? Watch him win a couple of games. The laugh would be on us,
Now, Oz, our great and powerful Oz up in the control room, asked me today, he said, "You think Rich Hill has the Brady syndrome? Is he and Alex Guerrero getting together? Have you found the fountain of youth? Is he, I don't think so, but what do you think?"
I mean, look at us. We are in peak physical condition, and we're older than Rich Hill. So keep the faith, Bob.
You must be speaking for yourself.
Yeah.
Because,
the water here in Detroit is very good,
Oh, it is?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I had a good doctor's appointment today, so I'm a happy guy.
All right.
So I
Good
had
to
a
hear.
couple other notes here. I put down on my notes for the guys, Luis Garcia, 4 prospects. Now, granted, the 4 prospects they traded for Luis Garcia were No and Buddy and Nobody Cares. Those were the 4. Nobody ever heard of them. We had no idea who they are. But Craig Breslow had to trade 4 guys to get Luis Garcia. And not for nothing, my wife, our studio audience, our live studio audience, could do a better job than this guy's been doing.
Wow.
Wait, you're telling me she's still there?
Yeah, I have the keys to the car.
Oh, okay.
So she hasn't left yet. But I don't know. What is with I don't know. I just got all flabbergasted when I kind of thought about. Imagine being the Angels GM. Well, I want 4 prospects. Well, you're not getting Mayer, you're not getting Teal, and you're not getting Roman Anthony.
Yeah.
Who else do you want? And he named 4 people that nobody ever heard of. No one cares, and this guy's been horrible. So,
Yep.
what's his?
We've had the Red Sox have a history of getting fleeced.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they were fleeced by the 4 prospects or if they were fleeced by someone told them Luis Garcia could still pitch.
Right.
But I also have on here Dom Smith, who's gone. They released him.
Yep.
But boy, when the Red Sox signed him, I'm like, Dominic Smith, he's sitting like 212 in AAA. But you know what? He was I guess he was good in the clubhouse. I guess, he was the right temperament of a guy, and he was a good fielder. He was good in the field.
He made some great picks.
Yeah, he did.
From
so that's fine.
throws.
And it's nice. Tristan Casas has come back, had a couple hits, had his first home run last night.
Now,
which
I'm really surprised. That kid worked and worked and worked, did a little something down with Worcester before he came up. And I think on one of our previous shows, I said, well, what's he going to be like when he comes back? He's not just going to be the same way he was before the All-Star break last year. And this kid stepped right in, and he's playing well.
He's like he was before the All-Star break.
God love him. He did a great job.
Yep. And now...
you think about it. I'm sorry, John, but you think about it, the Sox have got a pretty good hitting squad. They got a lot of good hitters.
Yes.
They
do.
They just got to get some pitching.
It's nice, and I didn't put this in my notes, but it's nice to see, what's his name, Yoshida starting to hit.
Oh, yeah.
But he's like White. He gets 2 or 3 hits a game now.
Right.
And he even doesn't just hit little dinky singles.
Yeah.
He's hitting doubles and a couple home runs. So he's been good. I wrote down Jaron Duran. Aside from the stupid yelling at the fan, he was suspended for that, rightly so.
Yeah.
He should have been.
He agreed.
He agreed. He's been playing like something's on fire there.
Yeah.
And now Liam Hendricks, who we made fun of a couple of shows ago, Liam Hendricks is supposed to come back. They said he was throwing 94. The Liam Hendricks I remembered from Oakland threw 100.
Yeah, well,
So, I know.
coming back from Tommy John.
I know he's coming back from Tommy John and from cancer, and we understand all that. Hey, listen, who knows? Maybe it's all at the right time. As of this show's taping, they're 3.5 games out of the wild card, I believe.
Yep.
This is like everybody gets a trophy league. And all the they've got how many wild cards? They're giving everybody an opportunity to get into the playoffs.
Well, that's the 3rd wild card, the last one.
The 3rd. There used to be no wild cards.
No, you're right.
Then there was 1.
Then there were 2.
Then there were 2.
Right, now there's 3.
Pretty soon,
There'll be 6.
If you're in a 4-team division, you make the playoffs.
You're absolutely right.
But anyhow.
Steven, any thoughts on the Red Sox? I agree with you on the hitting, by the way.
That, by all rights, they aren't going anywhere. But who knows? I mean, maybe the pitching will get better. Maybe they'll actually catch up. I don't think so myself, but we'll see. And they're fun to watch.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely fun to watch. Hamilton and Duran each have over 30 stolen bases.
That Hamilton kid, he
can fly.
He can fly. He can play. I watched him in the field a couple of games we went to. I mean, he can pick.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden one comes right at him and it clanks off his chest. But that's what a rookie does. You know what I mean?
No, and
Right.
well, he's fast as heck.
Yeah.
He can run like the wind. So him and Duran both have 30 stolen bases. It's the first time since like 1910 or something ridiculous that the Red Sox have two guys with that many stolen bases. And the Red Sox are known for running as fast as I can,
Yeah.
which is not very fast.
This is kind of ironic. The running Red Sox.
Yeah, I know.
You can't even say
right.
that with a straight face.
But it's, you know what? All I wanted this summer was for them to make it interesting. And they have.
They have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have made it interesting. I never thought.
Unfortunately, every ground ball is interesting too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yes. Their fielding leaves a lot to be desired, but the stolen bases are exciting. Excuse me. They get on second base now, and you're just waiting for the guy to go to third. It's like it's almost like just go.
Yeah.
Especially with Hendricks and Durant. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, they've got some nice young players. Like Cousin Steve said, it's pitching. That's the name of the game for just about every team. I mean, the Yankees, a lot of people thought, had a real strong pitching staff. Baltimore, then injuries come, and then the guy's supposed to have a real good season, and not so much.
Right.
Their ace, his name escapes me now.
Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole, yeah. He's Cy Young one game, and then he's Joe Shit the Ragman the next game.
Hey, speaking of that, what's up with Chris Sale? I mean, he stunk when he played for us, after, I guess, the first year, and we let him go, and we all thought, good riddance, see ya. And now he's pitching great. What's up with that? I don't get it.
It's August. Easy.
Okay.
His history, even when he was a Cy Young pitcher in Chicago. Come August, all of a sudden, he's tired. Whatever.
Got to get hit with a line drive in his hand, or he'll fall off his bike again, or something ridiculous. And meanwhile, Vaughn Grissom is still in Worcester, and Vaughn Grissom still has a bad groin. But,
Speaking of good trades,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And don't forget the money the Red Sox have to pay Sale, which was part of that trade. So the Braves stole one there, but that's okay.
Yep.
Maybe Grissom will be good next year.
Maybe. Maybe it's going to snow tomorrow.
Could be.
You never know.
Somewhere it will.
That's right. Absolutely.
I'm looking out the window here in Detroit, and I think you're right, Bob.
Is it cold there?
No, it's freezing. Absolutely. I got my hoodie on. You kidding?
Good. Well, we got less than a minute left. Celtics and Bruins. The Bruins, it's too soon because it's still the summertime, at least when we're taping this. So we'll leave them alone. The Celtics, I don't think we have enough time to talk about Jason Tatum and the Olympics and Steve Kerr and all that stuff.
All you Jason Tatum fans out there, we feel your pain.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to tune in again next time. So for the coach Bob Pariseau, for Cousin Steven, my name is John Freedman. Thank you very much, and thank our studio audience. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.